Like I said, I'm gonna be walking you guys through two things I've been able to do to get myself settled down here after spending a lot of time in Canada. It's not that easy per se. Most people might make it look like it's that life in Canada is so easy. It's not. And at the end of this video, I'm also gonna review to you guys my amazing car. You're gonna be blown away, like this awesome car that I'm driving in Canada. Tip or secret number one: based on my calculation, I spend around 300 to 350 just to like buy the things I need in a month, right? So because it's just me, right? And when you times it by 12 in a year, it comes down to around 4,200, right? But if you choose to eat out, which is something I tried like in the first year I came to this country, you choose to eat out, and I'm telling you, like when I mean eat out, we're talking about like the basic eating out, which is like when you spend like 20 bucks on buying like a burger or whatever thing, or you go outside to like buy something, or to a restaurant, you spend like $20, and you spend like $20 in the morning, $20 in the afternoon, and $20 in the evening, which is like $60. So if you times that $60 by 30 days, I didn't say 31 because some months are like 30 and others are like 31, that takes you to like 1,800 in a month. 1,800. 60 by 30 is like 1,800. And then if you go for a year eating like that, I just gave you like the low end, 20 bucks a day, right? If you go on the high end of like trying to like eat fancy, and you know, then you're spending around 17,400 or 17,600 in a year, right? In a year. That is insane, right? That is insane. 17,400. But with what I have going on right now, if you subtract that 21, sorry, I said 17,400, 21,600 or 21,400. So if you subtract 21,600 minus the 4,200 I spend on food in a year, you are saving 17,600 or 17,400. So I think I'm mixing those numbers, either 17,400 or 17,600. But look at the huge gap there by just trying to like do what? Buy your food and cook your food. So like I said, be you as in someone, a single guy, like even if you're married, this is like a good concept, except you are from a rich home that you do not care, then go ahead, spend your money. But if you are here to like survive and make ends meet, and you know, like build your future, then you just have to adjust, right? That is, like I said, secret number one: only spend money on the things you need and try to like buy your food and cook your food. It can be time consuming, but the money, when you save it, you can channel it into other areas. You can try to like invest depending on where you are. You can invest in your home country. You can buy a home here and rent it out. You know, there are so many things you can do, right? And that would take me to secret number two, which is my favorite secret. That's the one that I messed up so much. But before then, let me take you guys to a mini ride where I'm gonna wash my car, and that's where I'm gonna like review my amazing car. Okay, let's go. So after the car wash, I'm gonna be showing you guys my amazing car. Okay, so drum rolls, ready? There you go. Sorry guys, if you were expecting me to show you whatever, like a Hummer Jeep or a big fancy car, nah, not me. I am keeping it real. This is what I drive in Canada right now, a 2001 Honda Accord. I've been driving this car since 2017, and this car has been a lifesaver. right? So this car has been a lifesaver in this country. Since I got this car, once I go inside my car, I'm going to do the calculation for you guys so you guys can see the amount of money I've been able to save ever since I got this car, right? So with this car, I've been able to like go to like BC, you know, no issues at all for the past, I think, 4 years now, 2017 to 20, exactly, getting to 4 years now, no issues. And this is where I live. It's a brick house, right? This is not one of those fancy apartments you see where you see a lot of fancy things, right? This is a brick house and the rent is really, really affordable. So once I enter the car, I'm going to break it down for you guys and you guys will understand what I mean. Okay, so for this one, I am going to, because it's a lot of calculation here, I'm actually going to like read out some of the calculations I worked out on my little sheet. And this is secret number 2. I've given you guys secret number 1 and gave you guys the calculation, which was based on the way you shop and the things you eat in this country. So for secret number 2, I am going to combine transportation and housing together, which is basically like if you drive and you live in a house, then you add the 2 together. So prior to me getting the car I showed you guys, I was actually driving when I wanted to live a fancy life. I was trying to impress people who didn't give a shit about me if I didn't have those things, right? So I was living a life of trying to impress people because, you know, I was driving an F-150 truck in 2016 and I drove it for 1 year and it was insane, and I got rid of it and got this car I showed you guys and it's been amazing. So let's work on the calculations. So before the Honda Accord that I showed you guys, I was driving an F-150 truck and I was paying $700 a month on insurance, and in a year that came out to $8,400, and I was paying $250 on insurance and for a month, and that came out to $3,000 in a month. So together I paid for that truck alone in a year $11,400, and for housing I was paying $1,004, and in a month, sorry, that was in a month, and in a year that came out to $16,800. $16,800. It's so funny reading these things out. I'm like, what the heck was I thinking? And then finally, if you put the 2 of them together, I actually spent in a year alone $28,200 on housing and driving a truck, a fancy car in Canada. So when I mean truck, I'm not just saying because it's an F-150 truck. There are even other cars you see in this country like Mercedes and BMWs and Audi and other cars too that you rent, or sorry, not renting, that you actually take from a dealership place. People pay $200, $250, $300 a month. Some people pay $250 bi-weekly, $200 bi-weekly, and that can take you to like $400 a month. People need to start making all these calculations, right? So sometimes we're like, oh, we don't have enough money, but if you can sit down and actually look into what you spend, you're going to figure out that we spend a lot of money on irrelevant things in this country because we are trying to impress people who don't give a shit about you. If you had those, if you don't have those things, they won't give a shit about you. So in my mind, I'm like, you wouldn't care about me if I don't have any of that. So it's better I don't even attract those people in my life by not even thinking about, you know, putting myself in a position of, you know, trying to do that. So all I did was I only buy what I can afford right now. Like this car that I'm in, I bought it outright, and this is the calculation. I only pay $90 on car insurance for this one, and then in a month that is $1,080. So I jumped from $11,400 to $1,080. Then number 2, housing. My current home right now is $1,100 because I got it because it's a 2-bedroom apartment because I have a son, so I want a space for him too, right? But prior to that, I just moved in here last year, March. Prior to that, I was still sharing because I needed to save more money and figure myself out in this country. I was saving more money, investing in Nigeria, testing out new businesses to see what I'm very good at. You know, I was able to like dive into a lot of things because I had extra money on my hands to test things out and invest in businesses, right? So for this car, I was spending $90. I spent $90 a month on car insurance, and for housing right now, I spend $1,100, which is 13,000. So which is 13,200. So in total, I spend 14,280 on my car and housing, and compared to 28,200. So like I just went from that high place, you know, cutting it all the way down. And the good news too is I still have the option of putting someone in my extra room if I choose to, right? I still have that option, but because it's for my son, I left it like that. So that's one thing I wanted to share with you guys. So this part of the world, we as immigrants, we need to start reevaluating a lot of things, right? If you have the money though, if you have the money to like do all these things and live this kind of lifestyle, why not? Go ahead. But if you are actually thinking of coming to Canada and figuring out ways to save money and, you know, try things out, because one thing I've come to realize about this country is we are being taxed. And again, I didn't even add gas money, right? We're being taxed on a lot of things. And if you make money in this country and they tax you, and also you try to like live a fancy lifestyle, something you can't really afford, at the end of the day, you put yourself in a walking cycle where you just walk and walk and walk and walk. And that's where I was, and it wasn't fun at all until I decided, I'm like, you know what? I don't give a shit about what people care, as in what people think about me. I'm going to put myself in a good position where I should be able to like buy the things that I can afford and live a simple lifestyle, right? So I have a good job, but putting myself in this position was able to like help me test a lot of businesses. Like I said, invest in Nigeria, buy properties, try online businesses. Some I've seen as in the benefits, like even all these videos you see I put on my YouTube channel. I'm learning all these things, learning how to edit, learning how to make videos. They're not still good, but these are the things that come with making as a more time out. When you work less, you have more time to try things, right? So when you put yourself in a position where there is more money, then you have more time to test out things, right? So I just hope this video helps someone out there. And eventually I was able to get a line of credit, and I will also let you guys know the downside to that, because that when I was able to put myself in a good position, I started getting a lot of the bank had to reach out to me and offered me a line of credit, and that is another trick too on the side. And I will show you guys, I'm going to explain to you guys in one of my videos how I fell into that trap and how I'm getting myself out. Okay, see you guys, bye for now.